Step by step on business. That's on my mama, watch me spin on me and split, now I can't feel it. We in the trap, we sold the city on my biddy. Take these diamonds off and show you how we lit it.
Welcome back to another episode of Before the Horn podcast. As you know, I'm your host, Khalil. With me, as always, I got my guy, Daywan. Yes, sir. This man's in a good mood today. You know, his Boston Celtics went up 2-0. You know, the so-called Boston Celtics fan, they up 2-0 in the NBA Finals. So, you know, we got to start off by talking about that. Follow up by Caitlin Clark being snubbed, Team USA Olympic team. We got to discuss that, give our thoughts and opinions on that, as well as the recent news of Dan Hurley declining a 6-year, $70 million contract to go and coach for the Los Angeles Lakers, LeBron and AD. So we're going to talk about that situation and what should be next and who do you think is going to be the head coach for them, as well as wrap it up with a very, very controversial ending to a big, big fight in the 185 middleweight division in the UFC. Jared Cannonier was stopped, a lot of people say prematurely, against Amavov, who got the win by referee TKO. So we're going to give our thoughts and opinions. Should it have been stopped? Do you think he was out? Whatever the case may be. But without further ado, take it away, Daywan.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of BTH. Let's get right into it. Like Khalil said earlier, the Boston Celtics are now up 2-0 against Dallas Mavericks in the 2024 NBA Finals. Boston secured a win on Sunday with a score of 105-98. Khalil, what's your thoughts and opinions on Game 2?
I think I would just address what I think you want me to address, what you're trying to kind of hit in that.
I'm not, bro. I didn't say anything.
Listen, because Daywan was like, "Oh, you gotta go first. I want to hear your thoughts and opinions." Da, da, da. And I think it's about Jason Tatum. Am I kind of on track?
No.
It's about him shorting tour dates. You know, he did shoot 6 for 20 tour dates. Let's start with him. First of all, he has not been shooting the basketball good. You know, a lot of pressure was pushed upon him because of what he did in the last finals, leading into this finals. And I will say this: he's not shooting the basketball very, very well. I will concede that. But besides that, he's playing phenomenal in all other aspects of the game. He had nearly a triple-double, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 12 assists. You know, he's 1 rebound short of a triple-double for a guy that's not playing too good. And, you know, my biggest knock on him, besides the shooting in Game 1, was the turnovers. He cut that in half from 6 to 3. So he had 12 assists on 3 turnovers, which is a 4-to-1 ratio. That's phenomenal. I can live with that. Let's look at the reason why they won this game. The reason why they win this game is because the depth that they possess and the big six, pretty much. Let's just call it the big six. Porzingis did go out with an injury, calf injury. He said he'd be playing in Game 3 no matter what. So, you know, let's see what happens there. But Jrue Holiday stepped up phenomenal, 11 for 14, 26 points, 11 rebounds. You know, 18 of those 26 points came from inside the paint. They put Jrue Holiday in that dunker position. You know, most times it's usually a big, kind of like an Aaron Gordon or, you know, Rudy Gobert. Those type of guys are in that dunker position. But they put a 6'4" guard in that dunker position. And, you know, what Boston can do is that we kind of talked about earlier, you know, leading into the series, how much they can space the floor. So now you kick a Porzingis out, you kick a Horford out, and you got to respect those guys. So that's taking a big man, Gafford, Lively, whoever it may be, taking them away from the basket. So now what they're good at and what make them such a big difference maker, and, you know, in the Minnesota series or the OKC series, it's called null and void in the series because they have to play more out on the perimeter and they can't be effective within the paint. And Jrue Holiday, you know, being one of the stronger guards in the NBA, does what he have to do. But not only that, you know, Jrue Holiday gives you 26, Tatum gives you 18, White gives you 18, Brown gives you 21, and Porzingis give you 12 off the bench. And they really did not play that good. They shot 10 for 39 from the 3. That's 25.6%, 45% from the field. You know, it wasn't their best game as an all-around team. But I juxtapose that with the Dallas Mavericks for on the other hand. You got Luka Doncic, who came out hot. Yes, he had 32, 11, 11. Looks good. He had 23 points, I believe, in the first half. It all looks good. But when you put it into context, he only scored 9 points in the second half. That's just not enough. Yeah, and I get it. You know, he came out hot, but you can't sizzle out. You can't phase out. And part of that was some of the defensive adjustments that they made. They started to blitz Luka a lot. You know, force him to get the ball out of his hand, force other guys to make shots, and they just wasn't doing that. Yes, P.J. Washington had 17 points, but he shot 1 for 5 from the 3. Derrick Jones 0 for 3 from the 3. Kyrie Irving 0 for 3 this game, 0 for 8 in the series all along, which is just not good enough. He only gives you 16.7 for 18 shooting. That's just not good enough. And then when you look at the production that you got from your bench, you got 9 total points from your bench players. Josh Green gave you 4, Lively gave you 2, Exum gave you 3. Hardy only played 2 minutes. With him, I think he had an injury, whatever the case may be. Where's Hardaway Jr.? Why are you not playing Hardaway Jr.? We talked about this earlier. He could be a big factor within this series, and y'all just don't play him. Like,
They
I
don't
don't
play
know
him.
what he did. I don't know what he did with just a kid, to get so far in the doghouse that, he's not even started in the lineup, even with a Hardy not playing, because Hardy is arguably your best bench scorer. He's probably been your best bench scorer. He's probably the most aggressive guy that you got coming off the bench. Maxi Kleber, shoulder's not right. He's not even looking to shoot the ball. And, that's the only thing he's good at, is being able to space the floor for Luka and guys like that to operate in a threat of him shooting a 3-ball. And he's not even looking to shoot that. So he's kind of null and void. So, like, I really question, like, some of the stuff that they're doing at this point. And the thing is, for how bad Boston shot, especially from the 3-point line, Dallas shot even worse. They shot 6 for 26, which is just not good enough, which is not going to get it done. Yeah, we could go down to the nitty gritty, clutch time. Was that a foul on that breakaway dunk? I think it was a block. It looked clean to me. If your hand is a part of the ball, that's the rule. Your hand is a part of the ball. Both of them got their hand up. So that's my thing on it. I don't really care about the call. Yeah, Dallas did make a little run late, to make the game a little interesting, because it looked like, we was about to get into garbage time almost the last 2 minutes of the game, but Dallas came back. The big controversial block call. I think it was a block. That's my personal opinion. But Dallas just has to be better. Luka, 32, 11, and 11. But when most of that comes in the first half, like, you have to be better in the second half when it really counts. Kyrie just has to be better, and they have to, play better and as a team if they want to, win a game, or all in all win this series, especially when Boston gave them the opportunities with the amount of missed shots that they had. This is a game you got to go out and steal, and you squander the opportunity. Now we look forward to the game 3 on Wednesday in Dallas, which is a must win because the team has never come back from 0-3. So it's a game they have to go out there and win if they want to make this a series.
All right, first off, let me start off with Luka Doncic, how he was not supposed to play this game, supposedly. I mean, going into the game, he was questionable. He was probable, but he was downgraded questionable after left ankle soreness, left knee soreness, and they said a throat injury. No diddy. But apparently he got checked in the throat by Jaylen Brown's shoulder, but he didn't show
My
up at
boy was wrapped in bubble wrap in the pregame. He was wrapped in
He
bubble
was,
wrap.
but pregame they was like, all right, Luka's gonna play, and I was hoping he was gonna play because I didn't want to hear the Boston Celtics Mickey Mouse easy run to the finals. I didn't want to hear none of that. I just didn't want to hear it. I already heard it for round 1. I heard it for round 2. I heard it for round 3. I didn't want to hear that for the finals because I wanted to actually challenge.
Can I say something real quick?
Of
Can we
course.
not push the narrative of Luka's playing hurt, Luka's playing injured, da da da. A lot of people are. It's late in the season. You're played damn near 100 games at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. Like, that's the nature of the beast. I don't want to hear, if you're out there hooping, obviously you're healthy enough to play basketball. You drop 32, 11, 11. I don't want to hear no excuses about that. I'm gonna say that off for it.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong at all. But Luka ends up playing, and I'm happy he played because he did everything he did for the team he could do. But the second half was not strong at all. But first off, let's start off with the winning team, Boston Celtics. Yes, my favorite team. Khalil's right. This was about Jason Tatum, and I didn't want to make it about Jason Tatum because the first game stop. Listen, the first game I made no excuse for this man. Like, bro, you've been here before. You've been rocking all this Kobe this, Kobe that. You know you're a top 10 player in this league. Jaylen Brown's not a top 10 player. He's getting paid like a top 10 player, but he's outperforming you. Drew Holiday is outperforming you. Now, yes, Tatum had 12 assists. He's averaging almost a triple-double. But, bro, you're the best player on this team. You got to be better, bro. Like, the shooting has to be better. And he's at the press conference like, oh, G. Willigers or Golly. Yeah, I know I'm shooting bad. How about you go forward, game 3 and moving forward? You start shooting the ball better. Like, I'm not saying he has to be automatic every shot, but, bro, you're too gifted and skilled of a player to not play good. And that's good that Boston has a lot of depth, like Khalil said. They have depth. It's called the Big Six. They have so much depth, including Peyton Pritchard. I mean, he knocked off a huge half-court shot. That was insane. He always does that, which is crazy. But all around, Drew Holiday and Jaylen Brown, they're carrying the Celtic team. Holiday, again, like Khalil said, one of the best defensive guards in the NBA. He played great defense. He's playing great offense yesterday. He shot really, really well yesterday. I'm really happy. But again, we talked about this in the past too, Khalil, in previous episodes. Boston just lives and dies by the 3. And they shot horrible from 3. 10 for 39. That's like 25.6%, like you said. I'm not satisfied with that at all, but they're going to keep doing it. That's their philosophy. I'm not mad at that. But all around, Boston has to be better. They escaped. It was looking slow. It was a very tight game in the first half. Second half, they made a run. Dallas made it close at the end. Yes, in my opinion, that could have been a foul. Not on Derek White, but on Jaylen Brown because his hand was on PJ Washington's back. You watch the replay. You watch a lot of angles. Jaylen Brown's hand was on his back. You have to watch the replay, Khalil.
I seen it. I know what you're talking about. Please save me. Save me.
Oh my
Save me.
goodness. Listen,
Save me.
I'm a Boston fan, but that was a foul. Now I'm not saying that. I'm just being fair. I'm an NBA fan before I'm a Boston
So
fan.
you was calling a foul in that situation?
The speed happened too fast. But yes, I will call it a foul in that situation. But Jason Kidd, he used a challenge in the first quarter. Like, hey, if maybe he had a challenge.
Yeah, I don't know. That was too risky of a call to use at that point. It's too early in the game.
That's what I'm saying. If he stopped using it in the first quarter, he would have had a challenge. But on to the Dallas Mavericks. I'm going to just say, Kyrie, where are you at, bro? Where are you at? You came out saying, oh, I thought Boston was going to be louder. You smack the Gatorade off the table because Gatorade don't want to sponsor you no more. You do all these antics. You trying to tune out the noise for Boston. Listen. I'm not.
Everybody does that. Everybody takes it off the table if they're not sponsored by them. Do that.
Cool. Understandable. But Kyrie, it's no way. Like Luka played a great first half, bad second half. But Kyrie, bro, 7 for 18. You didn't make a 3-pointer. And you was getting strapped on defense at a lot of points in this game. You really was. Now, I'm not trying to jinx Kyrie because he might go off on a clip for game 3. He might go off a clip on game 3. And I'm expecting that he will. And I hope he does. But Kyrie, he has to be better for Luka. Luka's dropping over 30. Supporting cast players, they stepped up too. Washington, he had 17, but he didn't shoot good from 3. Jones had a solid game. Gafford had a solid game on defense. Lively, he did what he could do on defense. That's all he pretty much is good for. Kleber's injured. So, like Khalil said, Kleber's is good at spacing the floor, but he's playing with one arm. So, it's like, it's not really going to happen. So, other players have to step up. And it starts with Kyrie and Luka. And Luka did what he could do in the first half. Kyrie was just kind of non-existent, in my opinion. One of the most gifted players we've ever seen dribble a basketball, touch the hardwood. He's been playing bad these first 2 games in the finals. And I'm hoping he turns it around. Like, he's better than that. Khalil, Kyrie's better than that. And, everybody was saying, oh, Mavs in 6. It's real quiet. I'm going to say, I know it's only game 2. We're going to game 3.
I had a homie say Mavs at 5.
That's what I'm saying. It's real quiet. I'm just like, it's real quiet. It's not no Mavs at 5 because Boston's already up 2. So that's not a possibility. It's still possible in 6 if they go on a 4-game winning streak, which I don't see it happening. Honestly, at this point, I see it ending in 5 or 6 in Boston, like Khalil said. But I mean, I said Boston in 6, but it's not looking good for Dallas. They got to regroup. They're going back home to American Airlines Arena in Dallas. So they got to do what they got to do on Wednesday night, and hopefully they can turn it around because I don't know what's going on. And then Jason Kidd as a head coach, why in those last couple seconds or a couple minutes, like last minute of the game, you're only down by like what, 5? Why didn't you foul? The clock was just running. He didn't even let him.
Are you talking about after they missed the shot when it was like 20? It was like 30 seconds left.
Bro, you could have fouled, dog. Like, you could have fouled. I feel like Jason Kidd's coaching decisions have been really questionable so far these finals. I know he's trying to do the antics saying Jaylen Brown's better than Jason Tatum, which we all know that's not true. But, I mean, it's showing so far that he is. But I'm not going to give my opinion on that because I'm already dogging on Jason Tatum enough. Someone don't like that I'm dogging on their favorite player. From Chaminade, from Duke. That his fellow light skin, he don't like that I'm dogging on him. I'm just saying, bro. But Tatum gotta be better.
You see how Daewon like to nitpick, bro? He nitpicks on it. If he trying to down talk something, he finds the smallest thing. Bro, I don't like the way he tie his shoes. Like, look the way he tie his shoes, bro. I don't like it, bro. Like, why his socks look like that's Daewon, bro. If he try to down talk something, he gonna nitpick everything, bro.
I'm really not.
I can't with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not that type of person. Don't listen to Khalil at all, please. Khalil's being soft right now. Especially with Jason Tatum. Tatum has to be better. Like, Jason Tatum has to be better. Stop excusing his play. But
bro, I'm not. There's no excuses. All I said was he's not shooting. I admit he's not shooting the basketball very well. He's not, but he's playing well in every other aspect of the basketball game. He just has to There's a few layups. He beat Luka and just smoked it. Like, it's not clicking right now, and I think he's going to get it going at a point. Like, it's a little small stuff that he's going to get back to the lab. He's going to work, and he's going to get right. I think he's going to get right. Like, I'm not worried about him, but I got a question to you. As of right now, who you think is the most valuable player right now for the Boston Celtics?
All right, I'm gonna keep it a buck. And I don't know how these betting odds, they still have Jason Tatum as the finals MVP favorite at plus 110. But if Jrue Holiday keeps his play up, bro, he's going to win finals MVP. And I'm not going to say nothing because I was screaming at the top of your lungs for the 2015 season when Andre Iguodala won finals MVP for the Golden State Warriors when they beat the Cavs. Let's give those flowers to Jrue Holiday, who's shooting better, playing better, impacting the team more. He's playing better than their two best players. I'm sorry. So I would say Jrue Holiday, Jaylen Brown in a really, really close second. But Jason Tatum probably fourth or fifth on the team. Not gonna lie.
Nah, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I gotta go Jaylen Brown. And right now,
Yeah.
it's Jaylen Brown for me. Not only offensively but defensively. What he's doing defensively, he's picking Luka pockets. He's playing 3-4 court. He's not. I don't want to say he's playing full court defense, but he's picking up 3-4 court. Making it tough for him, making Luka work for it. He got off in the first quarter. That's expected. That's what he said. So he was mic'd up. He said, "Yo, expected them to come out hot, shoot the ball early. Try to go on a flurry," and that's what they did. They withstand that pressure, and they weathered the storm. And I think Jaylen Brown, honestly, right now has been the best player, going forward. But I got a hypothetical situation for you as well.
What's up?
Imagine if Jason Tatum, let's say Wednesday night, he goes off for 30, whatever, right?
Please.
And they lose,
please.
and they lose, and they lose. What would you say then?
They just lost. I'll explain. We'll just talk about how they lost. I wouldn't shit
So
on him.
it's-
Like he did what he could do. He actually did what he could do to help them win in the best possible situation. He's not over here shooting horribly and then having two bad press conferences, like pretty much like brushing it off. Like, yes, I know
No,
you're
it's
not.
not
You're
horrible.
human. You're human. He's not perfect, but god darn, dude, like you're the best player. You're a top 10 player in the league. I'm expecting the first two games. Shit, at least after game one, game two, redeem yourself, bro. But like, bro, it's show up now or never at this point. Like, I'm sorry.
Listen, I get it. I get it. He's not playing the best. Come on, man. Cut the man some slack. It's not like he was the only one that wasn't shooting good. I mean, as a team they didn't shoot good for three. I mean, the best percentage was Drew Holiday at 50%. 2 for 4. But Horford shot 1 for 3. Jaylen Brown shot 1 for 5. I don't see you saying nothing about him.
Jaylen Brown has been contributing. You just said Jaylen Brown has been contributing on defense, which I said as well. We both
So
said
is
that.
Jason Tatum.
So I understand that, but Jaylen Brown has had more of an impact. That's why. That's why he's not in the doghouse right now. Yes, stop. Don't start, bro. Don't start. Please don't start. Don't start, bro. Don't start.
If you want to be real,
That's that light skin shit for real. That's that light skin shit. Cause like, come on, bro.
No. Let's talk about it. Because if you really want to be real and really look at it, what about the impact that Jason Tatum is having offensively?
He's passing the ball really well.
Outside,
passing the
but
ball.
he's also attacking. He's also attacking.
Actually, should be. Which I've said that in the finals preview when we talked about it. I said, bro, you're like 6 foot, almost 6'9", right? 6'8", 6'9", whatever.
He's like 6'9" and a half.
Exactly. Drive to the rim. Put your light skin head ass down. Your curly head ass down. Drive to the rim. You got long ass arms. Go,
Started
bro.
To figure it out. It's because he light skinned.
No,
that's what it is. Because you keep saying light skin.
It's because he light skinned. I get it. He's pissing me off. He's playing soft. He's playing soft. That's what pissing me off. He's playing soft, bro. Go, bro. You're a top 10 player. Go, carry, like, bro. It's you and J from Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. It's looking like Jay and Drew at this point. Like, bro, we got to beat game 3. We got to see something.
Jay and Drew. Who got those passes to Drew? Who got those easy looks for Drew? Who? Dribble, drive, wrap around because they two niggas are jumping. Jason Tatum, and Drew is laying it up. Who was doing that? Jason Tatum, like, come on,
I understand
bro.
that. I understand that. Please. I'm not saying 4 shots. I'm not saying 4 shots to play bad or play out of your style. But bro, I know he's being attacked. He's being aggressive. He's attacking like we want him to. We talked about this, but bro, it's just a shooting, and then
I would go out and say this, bro. I would go out and say this. If Jason Tatum don't play the way he played offensively as a playmaker, they lose this game. I'm going to go out. I'm going to say that. If he doesn't play as well as he played facilitating the basketball and being aggressive and helping Drew Holiday, dishing off to Drew Holiday in the dunker spot, they lose this basketball game. That's just my personal opinion. Who you got winning game 3?
Personally, for game 3, I got Dallas winning it. I feel like Dallas is going to be back at home. They're going to be rejuvenated. They're going to be locked in. I feel like Dallas, they're a good team. They're a good team on the road. They're a really good team on the road. But at home, I just feel like they're going to be really locked in. And they like, know what? These first 2 games, especially game 2, got away from us at the end, mainly in the third quarter. We regrouped. But I feel like Dallas got a game 3, but after that, game 4, game 5, it's up in the air.
I'm right there with you. I think Dallas goes home, win game 3, and then Boston wins 4, set it out in 5.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, give us your thoughts and opinions on the Celtics and Mavs series as Boston is up 2-0. Who do y'all think is the finals MVP so far out of the first 2 games? Can Dallas regroup and win game 3? How are you guys properly grading Jason Tatum so far in the series? Is it poor or bad? And what can the Mavs do to get themselves back in the series? Leave that all in the comment section below. All right, moving on to the next topic. Let's jump into women's basketball right quick. Team USA for the 2024 Paris Olympics basketball team has been announced. And there is some controversy as rookie for the Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark, has been quote-unquote snubbed from the American team. I'm going to read you out the Team USA women's Olympic basketball roster and we're going to talk about it, Kalu. So we got Asia Wilson, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Griner, Alyssa Thomas, Lapisha Collier, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Sabrina Ionescu, Chelsea Gray, and Kalia Cooper. Caitlin Clark, again, was snubbed or left out of the Team USA women's basketball team. Personally, I wouldn't say she was snubbed. I wouldn't say she was snubbed. Now, I'm gonna give my thoughts and opinions on this roster, but I wouldn't say she was snubbed. Again, she's a phenomenal player, generational talent. Me and you talked about her many times. Her ceiling is the best player in the WNBA, and I feel like she can accomplish that. Now, though she is a rookie, rookies can play on the USA basketball team. We've seen in the past. Hence, Anthony Davis. Yes, Anthony Davis was not initially selected for the basketball team. It was Blake Griffin, but Blake Griffin had an injury, so Anthony Davis subbed in for him as a rookie. Caitlin Clark, she can easily be on this basketball team.
USA basketball committee, like our country's committee, pretty much, who selects the team, pretty much.
Yeah. But
whoever that consists of.
Whoever that is, I wouldn't say they're trying to blackball her. They just want the best chance to win. Caitlin Clark definitely does give them a better chance of winning, more of a better chance of winning, because this roster is stacked right now. Let's be real. This roster is freaking stacked. It's only one player on here I don't agree with being on here, and that's, I'm not gonna get into why, but I just don't think she's that good anymore. I'm gonna say Brittany Griner.
Who is it?
Brittany Griner. I just don't think she's that good no more. It's nothing political. Wow. It's nothing political. It's not political. I mean, hopefully she don't sneak no weed into Paris, but we gonna just move right past that.
He's so petty.
I'm not petty. Petty's not my last name or middle name. I'm just honest. But could they have added her on the team? Yes, but I mean, honestly, let's be real. Who really would she replace? Like let me just read your roster. Diana Taurasi. Come on, let's go. Coop, Gray, and Jackie, they're defensive walking buckets. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I said, you got Kelsey Plum, Sabrina, and Jewel. They're defensive floor generals, and they can all shoot the 3 really well. So, like, everybody else, who else is she going to replace? Yeah, I feel like the media, they're making something out of nothing. I'm going to say that, too. Like, I feel like the media's making something out of nothing. But also, I don't also think that she's better than anyone on this list at the moment. Great player, but she's not better than anybody on this team at the moment. So, I'm not mad at this. I'm not mad that our country committee has chosen this roster. But would she have brought in more viewership, and would the USA have a better chance of winning the gold if she's on the roster? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know how the Olympics going to go. But I'm not mad at this.
All right, bro, because I got a couple things to poke into your argument. Because you have some flaws in your argument. One, let's look at, she's a rookie, whatever the case may be. She just came out of college. Okay, cool.
I didn't say nothing was wrong with it.
No. I got you. Just stay with me. Stay with me now. Stay with me. First of all, Diana Taurasi, 2004. She was a rookie coming out of college, and she made the team. Candace Parker, 2008, rookie out of college, made the team. Brianna Stewart, 26, as most recent as 2016, Brianna Stewart, rookie out of college, who made the team. So that's 3 examples of, rookies or, people who hasn't really done nothing in the WNBA who made the team. So I don't want to hear nothing about, and I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying people who's going to say that. I don't want to hear nothing about. No. I just don't want to hear nothing about, she's a rookie. She can't make it, whatever the case may be. Okay, cool. All right. She's not the best 12 women that we got. Okay. Is Tyrese Halliburton top 12 in the NBA?
Well, we knew he should have made that goddamn team, bro. Come on. He made it because Kyrie didn't want to play. Kyrie, other players didn't want to play. Come on, bro.
They didn't give Kyrie a call. But
that's why.
Listen, we could sit here and split hairs and talk about, Da da da. Because let's be real, if you want to take the top 12 basketball play, okay, cool. Let's get the top 12. Why is Enrique Agumonke not on the team then? So you don't give me top 12 with the second leading scorer in the WNBA is not on that team. So I don't want to hear anything about top 12 either. I don't want to hear anything about that. Okay. Oh, we put together the best roster, that we think is the best roster to win a championship. I mean, to win the gold. Oh, gee golly whiz. If we take one person out, because I got two people not named Brittany Garner that I can argue could be on the team, that Caitlin Clark could be over the team over. If you want to go off what we're seeing this year, right? I'd take Diana Taurasi off of. She's done May 5, right? Who has better numbers this year? Caitlin Clark averaged more points, more rebounds, more assists. So let's not go off of, she's not one of the best players in the WNBA right now when she has better stats than somebody who's on the team. So
you're going to take a woman that has won medals and has prestige with this goddamn Olympics team and put a rookie over her. Diana Taurasi has done more for this organization, well, the Olympic basketball team, than Caitlin Clark has ever, stop it, bro.
Okay.
Stop.
Okay, cool.
Stop.
Okay, cool. Listen. I'm just saying, if you want to go off numbers, Caitlin Clark has better numbers. That's all I'm saying. From that argument standpoint, she has better numbers. Okay, let's look at it from another standpoint. Jackie Young has not played a basketball game this year. So the same way we talk about Kawhi Leonard not playing in the playoffs, and we have an issue with him playing for Team USA, and he didn't play in the playoffs, Jackie Young has not played this season. She's not even healthy to play this season right now. So we can look at it from that standpoint. She hasn't even played. So that's another person I guess I can easily take off this list and put Caitlin Clark on this list over her. Easily. Without a doubt. And then let's look at it for why I think they messed up. Because let's be honest. You know how many eyes would be drawn to the women's game to watch other women play if Caitlin Clark is on a team?
Yeah.
So not only are we watching Caitlin Clark, but we get to actually watch a full display of the best women the game has to offer. That's how we figure out about, a Kate Martin. That's why we was intrigued when they played LSU. That's why we was intrigued when they played UConn. And then you start finding out these other girls that plays with her or around her can hoop too. Then you kind of start gravitating towards her. Because I'll tell you this, if Kate Martin didn't play for Iowa, I swear to God, her fandom would not be what it is right now, even though she's playing very well for the Las Vegas Aces right now. Good. I would not say so myself. But the reason why she has such a big name is because who she played with in college. So fandom's going to grow just because they get to sit there and watch her. So if you're a woman on that team, I would kind of want her on the team because that brings more eyes to you. That brings more marketing dollars, more sponsorships. NBC, I know they're mad because their viewership is going to go down. And they put out a statement, Caitlin Clark, we don't want her fans mad because of the amount of minutes she's playing. At least we have something to talk about at that point. At least she's there. At least, people are tuning in maybe to see, hey, let them be mad. It is what it is. But guess what? They're watching. Now they're not even watching. So when we talk about growing the women's game, this is the easiest way to grow the women's. Imagine how many Team USA Caitlin Clark jerseys would have sold. Let's be real. We ain't got to get political. We ain't got to get nothing. But let's be real. Caitlin Clark, with all the fandom she got, a Team USA Caitlin Clark jersey? Come on, man. She's probably outselling the whole team combined. Let's be real if she was on that team. So and we talking about, best team to compete out there. We won 7 straight. Are we really scared that we're not going to win an 8th straight? We won 55 games. We won 55 games. So what's the problem? So what hurt is it to put her on the team? When we've seen it done before with, Stewie coming out of college with the fandom she has. And Stewie fandom is nowhere near compared to what Caitlin Clark had, or Taurasi, or Candace Parker. And yes, Candace Parker ended up winning MVP her rookie year, and then that's the same year that she played on Team USA. But still, none of the women had this fandom that this woman got right now. So you got to embrace it. If you really want to build the game for the women, you want to yes, and I get it. The game has been growing slowly but surely, but not methodically growing over time. But you want to expedite that process? Let's look at a little fact here, right? And all the games that Caitlin Clark has played in the WNBA so far, right? She's averaged about 17,000, butts in the seats.
Correct.
Every other game is 7,000. Every other game is average around 7,000 people. So there's about a 10,000 people difference. What's the common denominator? Caitlin Clark. So if you want to bring in more money, more revenue, and all this stuff for the women to grow the game, you're dropping the ball on a key opportunity. It's right in front of your face. Like that should have been a no-brainer. It's right in front of your face because we've seen it before. We've seen Team USA basketball committee appease stars and leave other people out to appease stars. Let's talk about 1992. Magic Johnson wasn't in the NBA no more when he made that team. Fucking Larry Bird just back was shot.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was the biggest thing out there since sliced bread. And they left off the best guard, the best point guard, and Isaiah Thomas for John Stockton. Why? To appease the stars, to sell tickets, for marketing dollars. So don't tell me it's all about what's happening on the basketball court because it's also what's happening off the basketball court. And I feel like they dropped the ball on a key opportunity to you capitalize on what's going on right now.
Yeah, but I feel like you're making this more about sales and media viewership, which it does play a part in it. But bro, this is not the WNBA we're talking about. This is Team USA. This is the freaking Olympics that we have every 4 years. So yes, it's about that. You're worried about views and money and stuff. This country's worried about winning gold medals and beating other countries that beating for a medal in basketball.
Let's be real. Is the 12th person on a roster really going to make a difference? Let's be real.
You're right. It's not.
It really does not matter. It really does not matter. If we're as good as we think we are, as we know we are, there's no problem with throwing Anthony Davis on the team because he's not going to play. We ain't got to worry about him playing. Christian Laettner, we ain't got to worry about him even playing. We got the stars that's going to hoop. We're going to be up by, and if we're good, we're going to be up by 40 anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So I'm not just talking about, WNBA. I'm talking about the women's game as a whole. We're going to bring more eyes to that A'ja Wilson because A'ja Wilson, for all the things that we've done, we've had mentioned her name more this year than in recent past because she's the best player in the league that Caitlin Clark just entered. So now we start to show light, but now we get to watch all those women on the stage because Caitlin Clark's on that same team too. Now we really get an up-close look and personal look at them for a 6-game period. 6-game span, not a 1-game span when Caitlin Clark is in town visiting, so they're playing each other. So now we're watching Caitlin Clark, and now we see A'ja Wilson and stuff like that jumping off our TV, Kelsey Plum, stuff like that. No, but we get to watch them for 6-7 games, back to back consecutively. And it's like, oh snap, this woman's really good. Oh damn, Brianna Stewart is really nice. Sabrina Ionescu is really nice. Kelsey Plum is a very good combo guard. Like, you know what I mean? There's going to be more eyes that's brought because I'm being honest. The only WNBA games I even watched this year has had 22 from Indiana in it. So it's going to bring more fandom, more love for these women to grow the game. Because let's be honest, what grows the game in basketball is stars. What grew the game in the NBA, what made the NBA so popular is because of the Magics, the Larry Birds, the Isaiah Thomas, the Jordans, the fandom, the LeBrons now, the Kobe's now, the Kevin. We don't think about the teams. We don't think about the leagues. We think about what they're doing. It don't matter what LeBron do. You're going to tune into it because it's LeBron. It's the same for women's basketball. You're going to tune in because it's Caitlin. It's the same thing. So just embrace it and use it to your advantage. That's all I'm saying. And it's deeper than X's and O's. And if you're only looking at it from an X's and O's standpoint, you're dropping the ball, bro. Because it's bigger than that. Marketing is everything in this league. Ask LeBron. Ask KD about how important their brands are, how building those brands are. What you think? You don't think those women want to build a brand too? You don't think Sabrina Ionescu want a bigger brand? So
they do.
This is
and they're
an
going
opportunity
to.
for them.
They're going to. Just because one player is missing don't mean they're not going to. They're playing for the U.S. Bro, they're going to Paris. They're competing against other countries who know American basketball. They're going to get the fandom regardless. They're friendly. They're friendly.
Okay.
They're winning. Come on, bro.
So quick question. You watch the Olympics? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Question. I love it. Every 4 years.
Okay. Did you watch the women's play in 2021?
Yes.
You did? What about 2016? 2016?
Yes.
Did you watch them play?
Yes. Oh, not as much as the men, but I watched them. I love that. That's the one. Basketball is one of the most watched Olympic sports, and I watch it.
You watched the women's game?
Yes, I didn't watch every game, but I kept tabs and watched a lot. Yes.
I mean, keeping tabs is one thing. Yes, I keep tabs on USA.
I'm saying any games that I missed, I kept tabs on it, but I watched the women's and men play. Mainly men, but
listen, I kept tabs on fencing too. See if we can bring the gold home in that. I wanted to see if we could win gold in fencing too. And I had the opportunity to turn it on and see USA on. I'm probably gonna watch because I ain't got nothing else to watch. But I'm not like, oh snap, what time that fencing match come on? Oh snap, what time the girls, maybe the men's because it's a little bit more competition. But I already know what the women's gonna do. They're gonna roll right through them. It's for the fandom.
Most
It's for the
likely.
fan experience. So that's my only opinion on it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, give us your thoughts and opinions on Caitlin Clark being snubbed from the Team USA women's basketball roster. Do y'all think it's rightfully so, or do y'all think it's incorrect? Do y'all think the USA basketball committee is dropping the ball by not having her on the roster? If she was to be on the roster, what player do you think she can replace or players? Let me know if you agree with me or Khalil. Leave it all in the comment section below. All right, moving on to the next topic. Connecticut head coach Dan Hurley, who's coming off of back-to-back title wins at the University of UConn for the Huskies, was recently in talks with the Los Angeles Lakers to become their probable next head coach. Well, the news has came out. Dan Hurley has declined a 6-year, $70 million contract with the Los Angeles Lakers, who will remain as UConn head coach to chase a three-peat.
I'm gonna let you go first on this because we're talking about your guy right now. I just want you to go.
See, you play so much. It's all right. I got this though. Don't worry. I got this. Because Khalil likes to start trouble. I'm fine with this. I didn't want Dan Hurley to go to the Lakers anyway. I feel like his legacy, everything he's done for UConn, it would have been better if he stayed at UConn because he's walking into a dumpster fire. And we said this before. The Lakers recently said they would give LeBron free reign to do whatever he wants with the team to make the team a winning team again. Mind you, LeBron, since coming to Lakers, he has internally, I'm going to say this, I'm not a Lakers fan, I'm a LeBron fan, but he has low-key internally destroyed the team by making all these bad moves and acquisitions and trades. Khalil, we said this before. I literally said this. Like, go back and watch the episode. Go back and watch the episode. I literally said this already. So don't make that surprise face. We literally talked about this before. Stop. But I feel like if Dan Hurley got to LA, he's dealing with a whole bunch of grown men, not kids from the range of 18 to 21 years old or 22 years old. He's with grown men playing professional basketball. And usually collegiate basketball coaches, they don't fare well out in the NBA too often. Like they don't really at all. So personally, I'm happy that he turned that offer down. It's what's best for him. Stay at UConn, keep winning, go chase that three-peat, keep trying to get more rings. And I feel like if he went to LA as well, everything that's going on with the Lakers trying to acquire Bronny and LeBron James, whether he's going to retire soon or not, and then AD, even though this probably was his healthiest season in his career, but everything Lakers got going on, just plus being in a big city of LA, the city of Angels, at the Crypto Arena on Figueroa Street, I feel like it was just too much for Dan Hurley. He was not ready for all that. He was like, know what? I'm going to stay here in UConn.
Wasn't ready. Okay.
I just don't think it was right for him. I think he's doing the right thing. It was best for him and his coaching career. And I also feel like him and LeBron would have had a lot of conflict. Like they would have been button heads for some reason. I feel like that because again, LeBron 38, almost 39 years old. LeBron's on the last leg of his career. LeBron gonna do what he thinks is best for the Lakers team. He's gonna try to make moves and call shots. And I don't think Dan Hurley wants to right the ship that way. So again, I'm happy that Dan Hurley's staying in UConn, and I feel like it's just the best for him. No, I'm not a Lakers fan, so stop saying that too.
I never said you was a Lakers fan. I never once said that.
You're like insinuating
That's like your second team. Okay, that's your
no.
second team. We all know that's your second favorite team. And for
No,
obvious reasons. Same reason why you was all of a sudden a Cavs fan and Miami fan. I don't know, like when you was all like, oh, there's a common denominator why you was all that, but that's neither here nor there. But so you said he wasn't. You don't think he was ready for it.
No,
And
everything that came with being an NBA head coach, especially with a franchise as prestigious as the Los Angeles Lakers, I don't think so. No.
But at the same time, what do you like? Kind of be able to debunk the statement that LeBron is calling the shots if a Dan Hurley does get the job, because you could say, oh, this is not a LeBron influenced decision. This is Lakers moving on, long term past LeBron.
I mean,
When you say that,
you could say that, but the Lakers already said not even a full month ago, well, basically a month ago, that they're willing to give LeBron James free reign to keep him on that organization and to do what he thinks is right for Lakers to be back a winning organization. They literally said that, and I don't think Dan Hurley's gonna go for that.
It's
too much on the line.
Okay. Let me be real with you. Let me be honest. I don't think he was ever going to go there. I don't think there was a chance he was going to go there. I think it was a publicity move for both sides here. It was a publicity move for both sides, right? Look at it from Darren Hurley's point. Hey, I can leave. Hey, look what happened. Numbers got thrown out. What most times numbers don't get thrown out with this type of stuff. Hey, they just offer me 6 years, 70. I'm willing to turn it down if you could re-up my contract back at UConn. Do me a little solid. I just want 2 back-to-back natties too. This is what they're
Yeah.
asking for. I can go. I can go if I really want to. If the money's right. So what we talking about here? Or if you're on a Lakers standpoint, hey, we tried. We tried, man. We tried to swing for the fences. We tried to go out and get Dan Hurley from college because he has 2 back-to-back national championships. He done built the program up at UConn. We've seen what he done with some of the, maybe not as talented guys, in college basketball. And what he built over there, we tried because we're trying to build past LeBron. We missed out. He told us no. Well, looks like we're stuck with JJ.
JJ Redick.
It could you know what I mean? It saves things. It looks good. It looks good. Hey, we tried. I wanted him. I really did. But he said no to us. So we're stuck out of options. I think that's what this was more than anything. I don't think he was really ever going to go there. I don't think he was going to leave UConn with a chance to make it a 3-peat, at UConn with everything he's been building there. But I think it was a chance for him to get more money. So you can kind of miss me with the speculation of it because I really wasn't here for it. It looked good, it sounded good, but just because it looked good and everything doesn't mean it's good for you. And he probably could have been a solid, coach in the NBA. Who knows? Maybe he transitions later down in his career, and we can put it to the test. But you need somebody who's gonna, build, who's been here, who's done that. And I don't think JJ Redick is the best plan for him either. Because
No.
let's be real. For all the successes Jason Kidd had, we remember when he was back in Milwaukee. We remember how he looked back in Milwaukee.
That was bad.
A former player who was very good when he played, high basketball IQ, but no coaching experience. We seen how that went. Derek
Steve
Fisher,
Nash too.
high basketball. Steve Nash, high basketball IQ.
Darvin
We seen
Ham.
what they done in the court. No, I'm gonna push back on that. I'm gonna push back on that. Here's my only thing. Here's my only thing with that. He's had coaching experience. Darvin Ham's been on a bench. I'm not saying,
That's true.
I'm not pushing back on the player coach because Doc Rivers played. There's a lot of people who play. He has a championship. There's Mark Jackson. We see what he did. But these are people who's been on a staff. That's my only thing. I get it. You could go the Steve Kerr route, but Steve Kerr was in the front office at least. He worked for the organization, something. He was more on an executive role in the front office kind of thing. That I don't know many players. I don't know any off the top of my head who was a player who transitioned straight to being a head coach and was successful. It's just not something that happens. And so I don't think JJ is the best option either. If we want me to be honest, there's a couple options out there. I'm gonna ask you first, who you think the Lakers should hire out with the pool that's out there. But I just don't think he was the option. But who do you think should be the option? The 2 guys I kind of like is either Sam Cassell or Avery Johnson. 2 guys who are cutting their teeth in this league, who's very, very good assistants on some good teams. Who knows the game of basketball, who's been around the game of basketball. Avery Johnson being a head coach before, I don't think Sam Cassell was ever a head basketball coach, but he's very, very good.
No, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't been. But I think those are 2 very good options, 2 valuable options. And what LeBron respects the most is people who played the game. Why do you think he loved Ty Lue so much? Because he played the game. Other coaches, you kind of got to earn him and Vogel really didn't get along. LeBron embraced Darvin Ham at first because he played the game. He kind of pushed back on Spo because he didn't. But Pat Riley was like, yo, he knows what he's talking about. Listen to him. But I trust him. I believe in him. Just believe in him. And you see what happened there. But LeBron likes people who play the game. So I think 2 of the players that play the game, and I think Sam Cassell will be number 1 because what he done playing the game and he cut his teeth as an assistant coach building stuff. I think those are the 2 best options. And I like Sam Cassell the most in my personal opinion.
I like the Sam Cassell option as well. That sounds like a pretty intriguing option, but I don't really want to go off of what you said too much. Let's talk about Chris Quinn. Chris Quinn been working next to Eric Spoelstra for the last 10 years, and he's Eric Spoelstra's right-hand man. Eric Spoelstra has a lot of playoff success, a lot of NBA final success, just a lot of great things he done for that Miami Heat team. So Chris Quinn would be a good head coach. Again, He's never had a head coaching job, but he's Eric Spoelstra's right-hand man, so that would be a good candidate. I'm going to reach with this one, but I would say Becky Hammon as well. I mean, she is a current coach of the Las Vegas Aces. Maybe that's a long shot, as the Aces, they have been the best team in the WNBA for a while. Maybe she's looking for an upgrade, but I think she continues to build over there. And besides Sam Cassell, I'm going to reach with this one. I don't think JJ Redick's going to be good either. What about Mark Jackson? I mean, he hasn't coached since 2014. That's kind of a reach. But, I mean, I feel like he should have been fired from the Warriors in the first place. He literally built that team, and Steve Kerr came in and took it over. But I think those three, I don't want to say Mike D'Antoni. I don't want to say Terry Stotts. And I darn sure don't want to say JJ Redick. But I'm going to say those three. I know Becky Hammon is kind of a long shot, but I would love to see it.
I like those options. Some is kind of far fetched, like Mark Jackson. I don't think he's ever going to get a head coaching job. It is whether it's fair or not. I just don't think so. And I don't think Becky Hammon leaves the biggest Aces about what she's doing right now, back-to-back champions and all that stuff. I just don't really see her wanting to leave the WNBA at this point.
Yeah,
but those are some very good options, and I like those options though.
But well, ladies and gentlemen, give us your thoughts and opinions on head coach Dan Hurley deciding to stay at UConn. Y'all think it's the right move for Hurley, or do y'all think it was the wrong move for Hurley? Do y'all think he should have took the job at the Lakers and dealt with all the friction and deal with LeBron James and everything the Lakers are dealing with right now? Or y'all think it's good for him to go back to UConn and continue to chase that three-peat? Also, if the Lakers can't get Dan Hurley, who do y'all think should be the Los Angeles Lakers' next head coach? Leave that all in the comment section below. All right, let's get into the last topic of the night. This past weekend at UFC Fight Night, a lot of controversy has occurred. In the middleweight division, we had the main event bout going on with Nasruddin Imavov versus Jared Cannonier. Now, Cannonier has been on a little streak. He's trying to get himself back into the title contentions. But on Saturday, he took a loss to Imavov via TKO, which a lot of people are saying it was an early stoppage by referee Jason Herzog. Lil, what's your thoughts and opinions on the early stoppage? That was clearly an early stoppage for Jared Cannonier to lose his fight. But what's your thoughts and opinions on this?
It was honestly horrible. It was distasteful. It was sad to watch. I feel bad for Jared Cannonier. I'm not the biggest Jared Cannonier fan. You know, I do, from whatever case may be. He has a very good story, but these are people's careers on the line. This is a pivotal fight. You know, this is a fight that can get you a step closer to a title shot, if not to a title shot. You know, there's a lot of action going on in the division, and something like this can either move you so far up that you're right there, or put you so far back down that you need 2-3 fights just to get back there. And this is what this called. Like this was horrible because he got stunned, but he was still on his feet. He was still defending. He was moving around. He was getting himself back together. Let's look at the Dominic Reyes fight against Dustin Jacoby, which is welcome back Dominic Reyes as well. First win since 2019. He's trying to make a comeback, so shout out to Dominic Reyes for that. But Dustin Jacoby was out on the feet. He was out on the feet, and he called it. And he fell. Like we all can obviously see that Dustin Jacoby was out on the feet. Cannonier was still protecting himself. He was still fighting. He was still in this fight. So it was very, very bad for me because it was a close fight. Two judges had it, 28-27, and Jared Cannonier favorite at that point. One judge had it at 28-27, and Nasrat Imavov favorite at that point. So we're going into it. If he was to last that round, or let's say he was still defending himself and he's last that round, we're going into a round 5 tied 2-2 on 2 scorecards, and he up 3-1 on another one. That round 5 is going to be pivotal. And you missed out on an opportunity. It was horrible, and it's just sad because like you can't take it back, bro. Like it happened, you can't take it back. Once you do this, you can't be like, oh no, never mind. Like no, he's good. Like we can't do none of that, and that's the worst part, bro. And I really feel bad for Jared Cannonier because it was just bad, bro. This is just hard, man.
Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of the stoppage by Jason Herzog. And Herzog's one of the best referees in the UFC, but
he's one of the best too to make something like that. Do something like that.
His actions just made me question, like, hey, bro, like I know we all make mistakes, but that's a mistake you just can't make. Like Khalil said, when you lose a fight, you probably not fighting for a belt for another couple of years. Because last time we saw Cannonier actually fight for a belt was like 3 years ago when we fought Adesanya, and he looked really bored in that fight. Like he showed no offense at all. It's like he was respected Adesanya too much. And after that loss, He got himself back up, and this is a fight that could put him into a prime opportunity to fight a top contender, possibly to get a title shot. He fight Imavov, and again, like Khalil said, the judges had it 28-27. Everything was good. It honestly looked like Jared Cannonier was defending himself. So I don't know why Jason Herzog decided to stop this fight. And I feel like this loss, I feel bad for Cannonier. Again, like Khalil said, nice story. He's building himself back up to get a title contention. But this loss is going to hurt him all because of a bad decision by referee Jason Herzog. It's probably one of the worst bad stoppages I've seen in this sport. And I've seen many, many fights. But on a fight night at that, I mean, thank goodness this didn't happen on a main event pay-per-view. Thank goodness. This is like kind of a contender fight or like a rankings fight, but it just did not have to end this way. This is very distasteful to watch. But let's jump over to National Imavov. He thinks the doctor's stoppage was actually appropriate. As he said after the fight, it was absolutely not an early doctor stoppage. It's a job of the referee to decide if the fighter is able to keep going or not. He already took a lot of damage. He would have taken even more damage if the fight had continued. I think it was the right decision to stop it. That's coming from Imavov, but
Of course he says that.
yeah, I'm gonna say, of course he's gonna
that.
say that. But in my opinion, Imavov was gonna lose that fight. I mean, again, it was a pretty close fight, but I thought Cannonier was gonna pull through and take him out.
I had Cannonier winning that fight up to that point as well.
That's what I'm saying. I had Cannonier winning.
And kind of like you mentioned, bro, he loses to Izzy in July of 2022. He has to fight Strickland in 2022. He has to fight Vettori, most strikes ever in a middleweight fight. And then you still have to fight a young and up-and-coming guy just to even be in a contention. Because now that's 3 fights right there. You probably need a 4th just to get – you probably still need a number 1 contender fight, you know, because Sean Strickland got the argument that he deserves to be in there next. You know, we got Whitaker and Hamza in a week from Saturday. So when we talk about the road being so difficult to get back to, and he also has there's a negative on him because the one time that we did give him a title fight, he was born. He did not come so that's kind of a pushback on him as well. So you cannot cost a guy like this in this situation when the road is so hard to get back to, especially for a guy like this. Like what he has to, like I said, probably 4 fights. 5th fight is your title fight, right? You already behind the 8. We already don't want to kind of look at you because of what we saw from you. You know, if you that's why we look at a Dustin Poirier. That's why we look at a Justin Gaethje. Guys like that to just throw them in title fight. Why? Because they're so electric when they fight. But when you're not electric when you're fighting, we're talking about main event in the card, it's kind of hard to put you in there. You really gotta earn it. And he really has to earn it. So that's why this is so bad, in my personal opinion. And like you mentioned, you thought Cannonier was going to win this fight. I said I thought he was going to win this fight as well. I thought it was going to be 2-2. I had a 2-2 going into the 5th if he could have withstood that. But you don't let him. Like he's still on his feet. He's still moving, bro. You can't do it. I can say if he was, leaning against the octagon, anything like that.
He was still moving.
He's ducking and ducking. But he's not even against the fence. He was defending himself in that middle of the octagon. He wasn't even against the fence, bro. So that's what makes this so bad. That's what makes it so bad, in my opinion.
I got a quick question before we end this segment. Do you think Jared Cannonier ever even sees like a top contender fight after this loss?
Yes, I think he does see a contender fight. Now listen to what you just said. You said a contender fight. I think he does. I think he's going to earn a shot. You know, I don't. Is it a number 1 contender fight? Now that's another story. I said a contender fight. So maybe he can a contender fight to contend for a number 1 contender fight. But like, yes, I do think so. Just because how bad the stop it was, how arguable it could be. Yes, he still does have another shot. But that's like I said, that's a road you got to climb with guys who have wins. So if now Strickland's in front of you, Imavov's now in front of you, the winner of it, Whitaker and Chimaev is now going to be in front of you. And then when you still have Izzy Adesanya. So you're at least 5th on that totem pole and a pecking order. You're at least 5th now. We're talking about at least 5th. Wherever you want to go, you can't be no higher than 5 because of the 4 guys in front of you. So that's why I think it's going to be so difficult.
Yeah, I'm right with you, bro. It's going to be difficult for him to get into like at least up there again. I mean, he's going to probably fight because Dana White knows it was a bad stoppage. The whole committee knows. Even commentators like, yo, that was an early stoppage. And the fans around the world know, MMA fans, that was a bad stoppage. So,
MMA fans are pissed right now. They're pissed.
They're angry. They're angry. Again, Cannonier's not the best, most entertaining fighter, but again, he was on a little streak and he was doing his thing until this happened. So I'll say just run it back, but I feel like it's gonna be really tough for him to get him into a title shot. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for that topic. We got to think about the Jared Cannonier early stoppage. If you guys did see it, if you didn't see it, go check it out on some type of social media and then come back here and give your thoughts and opinions on that. But if y'all did see it, going forward, do y'all think Jared Cannonier is ever gonna get a top contender fight in the midweight division, or should he just move up, or is he gonna retire without fighting for a title again? Leave that all in the comment section below. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this episode of Before the Horn podcast. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tapping in with us. Tune in on another episode. Continue to support us. We can't thank y'all more than enough. Also, make sure you guys check out our Patreon. Again, for as little as $2 a month, it comes with a lot of perks, such as being a guest, helping us pick out topics, discounts on merchandise when it comes out, free merchandise, all those perks, plus more with the Patreon. Make sure you hit the link in the description box. Check out our Patreon. Again, for as little as $2 a month, you can help us out. Make sure you go check it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Make sure you guys follow us on our Instagram at Before the Horn Podcast, TikTok and Twitter at Before the Horn Pod. If you haven't yet already, go check out our Q&A with my cousin Maurice Nog, former USS track athlete. It's a very, very good Q&A. You guys should tap in, listen to it, whatever case may be. We appreciate all the love and support that we've been getting. Make sure you keep liking, comment, share, subscribing. Let us know what y'all think about the live stream that we did last week as well. We might have another one coming up for you, so be in tune for that as well, coming up real soon. But in the meantime, if you want to stay up to date with everything, you know where to find us out on Instagram. And make sure you follow our personal Instagrams as well. They're listed on the screen below. But till next time, peace.
Hey, like Lil said, we'll see y'all on the next episode of Before the Horn podcast. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all stay tapped in, and we shall see you guys on the next episode. Peace.